because, look at how long, think of any third party that, is recognized in any way, shape, or form close to a national level or on a national level, and they've all been around 30-something years. None of them figured out how to pick up a congressional seat all that time. That's a problem, and that's showing me that, if the track records are any indication, they're probably not breaking that federal barrier anytime soon.
See, and that's what I say about Bilderberg every time Bilderberg comes back around and we start talking about that, because this is supposed to be, it's always hailed when the media does talk about it as the world's best and brightest, the heads of all these mega corporations and banks and political figures, and it's blah, blah, blah. And they meet every year. And obviously nothing good ever comes out of it, because every year the things they talk about, those specific things get worse. And crappy things happen because of it. I mean, that's just, at the most basic level, nothing good ever comes out of that. And so, but every year it's, let's see what Bilderberg's doing again this year. Well, I can just tell you what they're going to be doing next year is wrecking the world some more. That's what they do every year. And that's how I've gotten about this, especially now that we know that we're probably facing a Jeb Bush, Hillary Clinton 2016 presidential election.
Right.
What do you think about, because at that point, that is one of the only things I've seen in a long time that has actually united people. Because where you would normally have the left-right paradigm quibbles going on and article comment sections, for example, you put up an article or go read one even on any mainstream media outlets about Jeb versus Hillary and Jeb Bush running. Pretty much everyone in there agrees there should be no more Clintons or Bushes running this country ever again. So this is like the one place people actually agree.
And yet, just wait for it.
It's coming. They're gonna do this. They're gonna shove it down the throats of America. I mean, regardless of what anyone wants, our unofficial dynasties are going to make their way to the upcoming election. I mean, I'm done at this. It's just, what.
Here's the problem. A lot of us should have been done before we even started in regards to the presidential races a long time ago. And, this fixation that everybody has on who's going to be the president, what's the president doing, and let's get this person in or that person in, and they'll fix things. And the president is not a king, and that's the whole point. The president is not supposed to, make laws through executive orders or dictate to Congress what they're going to do. Congress is the strongest branch of federal government. And, all these third parties blow all their money all the time pretty much, proportionally, on these, pipe dream presidential tickets that aren't even going to get on the ballot in all 50 states. How about you take that money and you fund one candidate for Congress in a district is weak, and you have a good candidate, or if you actually believe and find one, how about funding that candidate to the point where they win the seat? Because once you get to a certain amount of money in a weak congressional district, if you have a candidate that's palatable to the people, you're going to give them every bit of a chance as the incumbent or major party or whatever, especially if you could find a seat that's traditionally uncontested, point where party plus challenger.
And then, but there is the counter argument that if you can get your ideas out there, if you're a Ralph Nader or Cynthia McKinney or a Ron Paul, but that's kind of good in a way. I want to hear your take on that. But at the same time, I've seen them just hijack those issues. Like, well, I've noticed the Ralph Nader issue of the day is very popular. Let's have Al Gore say it now. I've noticed the Ron Paul issue is very popular. Let's see if we can get Mitt Romney saying a little of that without cracking up.
Yeah, they do that. It's disgusting.
And, of course, it's very true what you say about the president. They're not kings, and yet all the executive power, all the secret power behind the throne and the gargantuan Leviathan size of the executive branch now, there's no voting for those positions anyway. They're appointed completely unaccountable.
It's not elected. It's selected.
Of course.
But I guess the reason I even brought up Jeb and Hillary is just because this will be the first time that I've been alive that it will not be, there won't even be a lesser of two evils argument that can be made here.